So, right, so there's one thing I forgot to mention was I've already set this up just to see. So what I'm anticipating today is potentially the Black Gold Tier 3 armor appearing. We also could potentially see the target clothing appearing as well, the hoodie and the pants. So I've given this a quick refresh, as you can see here, and over here too. As you can see, all the quantities right here, 286, 223. And with the tier 2 target, we've got 42, 30 and 75. Not a lot here for target. I wonder how crazy it's going to be if we do see target clothing being added today. There is my hypothesis. I thought that maybe... Oh, thank you, Perilous. Much appreciated. So I thought maybe we might not see Black Gold Tier 3 this week, or today. We might see it next week. It'll probably be a whole lot more financially... What's the word? There's probably better financial potential if they released it next week for a wipe day. When there's loads more people playing Rust, loads more people see the Rust store, loads more people potentially will buy those ever so lovely skins. Because if you remember, the wipe day for July, it was ridiculous. Look at that. We had the Outer Planets locker, the drop box, black gold clothing, these tools, the garage door was also cool, the AK I guess, and that. So, yeah. Quite a lot of interesting things for that wipe day. I'm led to believe we're probably not going to see Black Gold Tier 3 this week, or today. So, that's on the agenda. Now, I was also pointing out that with such a low amount of sales for the graffiti scrap storage, it is now going to be the lowest selling graffiti storage out of all of these. I've done a whole video discussing it, talking about its demand, talking about what's likely going to happen, because is it a factor of it just simply doesn't have the demand, so low demand. But would that end up like ammo storage, where it ends up with the lowest amount of sales and then also has the lowest amount in the Steam market, therefore giving it a very nice price? Right now, ammo storage is currently selling for how much? Let's just go take a real quick look, because we looked at it just a minute ago. Graffiti storage. Ammo only has 41 on the Steam market right now, and it's currently selling for about $4.30. Very nice. Now, scrap storage is abnormal, so it appeared earlier. Well, it appeared about 19 hours ago, so we have that. But this isn't the set amount. We need to go through another 7 days, so everybody that bought one over the course of the past 7 days can be able to sell them. So once we have every day possible of people being able to sell them, then we'll get a much better idea of how many will be appearing on the market. But graffiti ammo storage, that's been out for about 4 or 5 weeks now. So in its current position, this turned out to be a very, very, very nice investment. All mostly because there's just hardly any of them that sold, which would imply a lot less purchases in excess. A lot less people were buying them purely with the intent to sell. And it was only a difference of about 3,000. Guess it makes the difference. And if scrap storage is looking to have only about 19 to 20,000 total sales, well, it's very likely going to end up being the new graffiti ammo storage. But, you know, then you've got to consider, do people actually need a scrap storage? Do people actually need an ammo storage? We could talk all over everything I already talked about in that video I made last night. So, graffiti storage progression part 7, scrap storage demand dilemma. It's worth a look. You'll learn a whole lot. But for now, we are waiting and waiting, because the Rust store rotation, well, it happens whenever Face Punch feels like it. Right now, it is 16 minutes past 8. It could happen now. It could happen 5 minutes' time. It could happen 30 minutes' time. It could happen in an hour's time. We don't know. So, all we can do is wait. I really want to see how well these do, because we did not get Skull Killer clothing in the workshop this week. We'll probably see it next Monday, maybe. But with the lack of more stuff on the workshop, would a lack of presence to see what might be appearing in the future affect the prices of these two? Because from what we can see here, this is sold like 1,000 more compared to the chest plate. Do people just genuinely like the Skullkiller face mask for its design? I'm leading to think that is true, but will the price hold? I still think it'll spike up in price if we do see Skullkiller clothing or Tier 2 appear in the future. I still do believe that. But it might dip for the next week or two if we don't see Skullkiller appearing in the workshop and also not appearing in a Rust Store rotation. So just keep that in your head. So whilst it's $2.45 here and $2.07 here, it's very likely not going to hold. Outer Planet sleeping bag. We do like glow-in-the-dark sleeping bags. We also like sleeping bags that are not directly themed with a holiday. So we go by newest. The best thing to compare to is the other glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag that only appeared about a month ago. That is the Molten Visage sleeping bag. The oops, I dropped my egg on my sleeping bag. It looks like you dropped an egg on it. But at the end of the day, it's cool and it's useful because not everybody has electricity and lighting in their base. So early on, during your base building, you'd very much like to have a glow-in-the-dark sleeping bag to help you coordinate yourself around the base. Especially at night time. You're not going to figure out, what's to the right, what's to the left. If you have some glow-in-the-dark stuff, it's kind of pay to win, but it helps you be able to navigate at night time. It's helpful. So also, Outer Planets have been doing a very good job recently with all of the deployables. The whole set's doing very nice. As we can see, when it loads, there you go. The only thing in the negative at the moment is the armoured door. And we've been talking about how there's been far too many armoured door skins this year. So that's being affected by that. So we don't need to worry too much about that at the moment. But everything else, looking good. And let me point out, we've just been through a market dip. Are we still in it? I think so. It's Thursday. Later tonight, it will be the 8th week of Antwerp discount sale. It's been going on for far too long. It's now the longest running CSGO major sale that's ever happened. 8 weeks. So we knew that that would affect Rust economy as it goes on. It's still going on. It's still going on. Maybe it'll finish today. But for now, this has been going strong. Even Outer Planet's locker, it looked like it was oversaturated. It's still up by 6%. Not a profit if you bought it for the price it is in a Rust Store, but as time goes on, I'm thinking it's going to be perfectly fine. We're not likely going to be getting any more locker skins for a while, are we? And we also might see an Outer Planet's fridge soon, so keep an eye out for that. JPEG has not sold as much as the Thompson, but Thompson skins are very reliable investments. We've talked about that. We knew that was likely going to happen. But with this, same thing. I'm not too surprised. SAR skins have not been performing very well recently. As you can see right here. If we go by newest, if all of the recent ones haven't been performing well, what's going to entice people to want to buy another new one? Well, JPEG set does look very unique. It does look very cool in game. But the SAR, meh. I reckon it'll probably hold its value, but I'm cautious. I'm always cautious. If we keep getting more of the JPEG set coming out, then I think it'll thrive because of it. But even then, we had a lot of the black gold set, didn't we? And that's barely staying on to its price. It's in the red, but it's actually 0%. It's still the same. Do you know what? You could look at that. How many of them on the market? 102. That's perfectly reasonable. And if it's sold in the Rust Store for $4.99, well, currently it's selling for $4.98. So not too bad. No major signs of dumping. You got a little bit here. Yeah, that's fine. You know. So I reckon JPEG at the very least will maintain its price. So, gentlemen, will we see Black Gold Tier 3 appearing today? Will we see Target clothing appear? Do you know what? I was looking at TGG's recent collection and there's no armour. There isn't any armour. There's no other armour piece. It's literally just Black Gold Tier 3 and then... Nope. So if you're a creator, there's quite a gap at the moment for some more pieces of armour. But, you know, maybe this week's going to be for clothing. Maybe we'll see some clothing being accepted today. We need more skin collections to anticipate. when we're anticipating things, we're more invested towards wanting to spend money. Because, you know, with Black Gold Tier 3, we know that we're very close to completing the whole Black Gold set, aren't we? We just need Tier 2 then. We need that road sign kill, and then we're done. We're ready. We're perfect. But we aren't really looking towards anything else at the moment. There's nothing else out here that would entice me. We need to see new things starting. So would we start with a new piece of clothing to start off a whole new set? Would it be Wolf Racing or Boom Gear or Summertime? Let's wait and see. So, gentlemen, here is the link to accepted in game, because this is one of the methods to find out when the Rustore rotations happened. We keep refreshing this, and if we see new skins, then the Rustore rotations happened. That's obvious, isn't it? Now we also have scmm bot right here when it loads. So this is a bot that you can put into your Discord. It won't alert you, but it will message the very second more skins have been added. So as you can see here, it does the definitions and then it does it properly here. So when this messages us, then we're alerted, then we're ready. Now, this is all we have. We know the average times at best for when a Rustore rotation is likely going to happen, but we don't properly know. It's usually between 5 o'clock to midnight UK time. That's a 7-hour gap. But the trend at the moment for these past few weeks is between 8 o'clock to 10 o'clock my time. So if you can reference whatever your time is compared to the UK time, yeah. I'm also currently streaming this, so in the future, if you want to come along and be here and support me and ask questions, I'm more than willing to help you out. So I'm here every Thursday doing a Rustore rotation stream. So yeah, all we can do now is sit and wait. What are we going to see for the next batch of skins? Well, let's find out. Jake. Oh, here, yeah, he's someone who... Oh! What? Armor storage? What? 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 Something's been updated. What? What? What's going on? What's this? Micro, do you know what this is? Rust definitions update. One existing item has been updated. Graffiti armor storage. Oh, wait. Accepted list. Accepted list. We don't have Black Gold Tier 3. We don't have Black Gold Tier 3. It's happening next week. It's happening next week. The hypothesis was right. Black Gold Tier 3 is coming out on White Day. Wait, no clothes. Oh, okay, we got one piece of armour. Berserker gloves. Yay! But Boom Storage skipped ahead all of the other ones. Fair play, it looks cool. It looks really cool. Alright, guess we're doing buy orders then. Taking its time, isn't it? Hello, Buston. Yes, I'm doing buy orders as usual. We had a very weird thing going on because basically Warlord Hatchet came out this week, but we already had a Warlord Hatchet and we had no idea what was going to happen because, well, the new one has to have a name change. So this would mean that both of these would have to have a name change because they came in a pair. Lo and behold, that's exactly what's happened, it looks like. It looks like they are now both called Gothic Warlord. You know, that's fine. Hatchet hasn't yet appeared, but that seems to be the compromise. They've quickly changed the name. It is now Gothic Warlord, Hatchet and Pickaxe, which is what had to happen because quite a lot of people have jumped over here now and they started doing buy orders on this because they think that's the new Hatchet. Oops. Well, that's not happening now then. So just a nice little update on there. Face Punch realised what happened. The Rustore rotations happened. The new skins have come in. and they've changed the name. So now that they've become marketable because the rust or rotation happened, they've actually changed the name. I don't think everybody is well aware of the new name though. So whilst we don't have the skins on browser, I can show you that they've all appeared here in the accepted list. Congratulations to GBG, 3 skins on the trot. I'm happy to see that Dragon Rage being accepted as well, the bow. That looked really cool. Mr. Micro, your Zucchini Furnace got accepted. But here's the funny thing, right? Only 1 piece of clothing and armour. Berserker gloves. And as I said, I did expect Black Gold Tier 3 to be pushed back. What I am surprised about here, though, is this got pushed forward. Because we've had clothes and meds well, we've had meds for about 2 weeks now, clothes for about a week and a half. But no, we've jumped straight ahead to boom. But as I said, this looks really, really cool. The design of it, how the font all shakes around like the explosive, spectacular. Good job, Mr. Loddy. So, very nice lineup, but my hypothesis is true. I think we're going to have a very fat, interesting, big set of skins next week. I'm talking Outer Planets, Black Gold Tier 3. Horror meow, if you hurry up and get that Skull Killer clothing out, it could make it as well in that batch. That's what we want to see. Because I feel like next week could be a week for armour and clothing. If we've only got 1 of these this week, we could probably see about 4 green skins. As in, well, if the rust or rotation happens, I can show you. You know the green skins there, because of their armour and clothing, the Skull Killer, they're both green. I potentially see Black Gold Tier 3 and another part of a new set, or adding to a set. So, horror meow, get Skull Killer hoodie and pants made. Quickly, we need it. YouTube, hello everybody, the rust or rotation has happened. As you can see, looking very, very nice. Interesting as well, because, as I pointed out, only 1 piece of armour and clothing this week. Only 1 single green skin. Now, what this possibly implies is next week we might get a whole batch of them. I did assume Black Gold Tier 3 might be pushed back until Wipe Day next week. I mean, all you have to do is go back and see how many did those hoodie and pants sell. Oh wow, they sold about 25,000 each almost at $2.49. I wonder if Black Gold Tier 3 might sell just as much, possibly for around the same amount of money. Yes. So I'm pretty sure Face Puncher is very wise to that, and they're going to push them back to Wipe Day, when loads more people are playing Rust because it's Wipe Day. Loads more people are going to see those new skins because it's Wipe Day, and loads more people potentially going to be wanting to buy skins and buy those ever so lovely looking Black Gold Tier 3 armour pieces. That is what I was assuming. It looks like that might be the answer for why they didn't appear this week, and I am not surprised. So what we do need to keep an eye on though is did people yeah, I don't see any dumping, so yeah. And also no target clothing, so that's quite unfortunate. Now there is actually one more thing to still buy order, and that's the hatchet. That's Subnormals, my apologies. Gothic Warlord hatchet has appeared. Right, so let me just get that sorted real quickly, then we'll move on to the next thing. Right, so back to this again. Yep, okay, so I've just finished doing all of my buy orders. As you can see, bam, 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 bam. All that. I don't imagine these are going to be super great in the short term, so I didn't do that high of prices. But now we can start properly talking about the new batch of skins. If we can just get this updated on this side, because this is a different browser. I know it was both Chrome, but one's private Chrome, one's normal Chrome, so I can have several different accounts. As you can see, I'm also on Firefox and Edge. So, these are the new skins. Let's talk about what we see. So, Boom Storage. This was, in fact, an early pick. This came out on the workshop on July 25. That was this Monday. And you know what? I'm not surprised. This is probably one of the best designs Loddy has put out with his group. So congratulations, you guys. This is awesome. I love the font with how it... Just look at it. That's awesome. And this is the type of thing that we were talking about. What makes each individual skin of the set interesting in itself? What makes it unique? He's used the font here to make it part of the explosion. I reckon that will sell well. That is probably the best explosives box that we've ever had. Graffiti is very artistic. I like it lots. But the thing is, though, as I said, so this was an early pick. If you know about our time frame, this was in fact an early pick. It literally just came out 3 days ago. So this got pushed ahead of both Meds and Cloves. So these two are still waiting. Meds has been waiting for about 2.5 weeks. This has been waiting for about 1.5 weeks. Boom, straight in front. So weirdly, last week we had a Scrap after 2.5 months. And now this week we're skipping ahead and going straight to Boom. This doesn't mean these two won't be accepted. It's just a case of Face Punch must have saw this and they thought, we got to add that now. That's awesome. I'm surprised that wasn't added next week. But then again, maybe they're like me and they're aware of demand. Maybe they're going to put Cloves out for Wipe Day as well. So Graffiti Cloves, Black Gold Tier 3, Horror Meow. If you make your Skull Killer clothing, maybe you'll see that as well. How many times I've got to say? So next week is going to be very interesting. So what I also want to point out is 3 weeks on the trot. Mr. GBG, you're getting very popular. You've now had 3 skins on the trot. We now have an AK skin. And I'm very happy to see that. Congratulations, buddy. And we know that you've got more potentially on the horizon. Personally speaking, I'd like to see a handgun. Whether it's revolver, semi-automatic pistol, or even the Python. Do something like that now. Or maybe do a bow. It's up to you, you're the creator. But I reckon a semi-automatic pistol would probably be very good if you did that. Change it up. What else do we have? We have a very nice looking door over here. 5 Phoenix metal door. I think you've eluded me. I did not... Did I see this? Oh, it's an early pick as well. Posted on 26th of July. Hewok. I don't think I'm following you. Are you new? Wow. Alright. Well done, buddy. First skin. Okay, good to see that. We have another person to follow. So congratulations, Mr. Hewok. Oh, Mr. Duck, have you made a skin before? Oh, yeah. I like it. He's cool. Mr. Chompy. Hello, hello. Is this going to be a set? Are we going to get like, do you know what? Get a jackhammer and make an anteater and put the tongue. That would be funny. That would be an idea. That's just an idea. Just putting it out there. But yeah. Look silly. Semi-automatic pistol skins have been getting quite a lot more attention recently because they got buffed with the recoil. They went up, then they kind of cooled down. So if you remember, we were using toy sap as like as a measurement. So before the whole thing went on, this was sitting at around $1. Then it shot up all the way up to about $2.50. Now it's sitting at just under $2. So the hype of pistols kind of came and went. But they still are being used. There's still gun demand to use them. But, you know, you'd prefer to run around with an automatic weapon, wouldn't you? But, you know, if you're going to use a pistol, you're probably going to use the pistol. So, this... Schnee, snore, snappy, snap, snap. Sorry. Yeah, I think this is going to get more attention compared to that. Let's just put it that way. But what is this? Hang on a minute. Why have you got 2 skins? Hold on a minute. You shouldn't be allowed to have 2 weapon skins. What's going on, Duck? What's going on here? What? Okay. Oh. He brings the meat this week. How'd that happen? That's not normal. That's not normal. You should not see a week where a skin creator gets 2 separate weapon skins. This was an early one, right? Yes, that was early, and that's typical. And this is early. This is early. This is early. What about you, Berserker? You came out, so you're a late one, aren't you? No, yeah. So not that week, but this week. So you're a late pick. So we got a lot of early picks. We got 1 late pick here. And it's nice to see. Berserker, we looked at Berserker earlier. Berserker's flourishing. People actually like Berserker. So we go back over to here. Do you remember the tier 2? Wow! Berserker, You're getting that love you deserve because everybody likes you. So now you get some gloves. Maybe you'll get your boots in the future. Maybe. So that's nice to see. Will those do all right? Well, I don't imagine they're so insanely. But as we can see here with Berserker seems to be quite in demand. That looks like it's promising. But in terms of gloves, well, is it going to change the world? Is it going to cause all of this to spike up in price? It's already doing all right. It's not like a core piece. Remember the core pieces: clothing, hoodie and pants, then tier 2, which is the coffee can, the vest. Well, I can actually just point it out to here. So we started off with the core piece of tier 3. So tier 3 is a core piece. We started off with that. Then the next core piece to come out was the clothing, these two. So when these two appeared, these spiked up in price because suddenly everybody wanted to grab them. Everybody was invested towards them because we thought we were going to get a whole set. And then, when this appeared, this spiked up in price and this spiked up in price. This was the last core piece to fit the puzzle. But now we're getting all the extra bits. I don't think it's going to cause these to spike up, but these have already been getting quite a lot of attention already. So, it's welcome. It's welcome. At 99 cents, all you have to do is just go look at all of the other glove skins that have come out in the recent past. So, we'll go by newest. Alright, so only gloves out of this year seems to be struggling. Well, there's also Frosty. Frosty's a whole different situation. I don't want to go back to that. Broken dreams. Anyway, Dragon Rage was fairly oversaturated. We've talked about that many times. But with everything else you see here, they've done very nicely. So I wouldn't be surprised if this does very nicely in the future as well. So that's perfectly fine to buy into if you want. It's only $1. All of these sold for $1 each. But they were all part of sets, and, well, this is part of a set. Oops, I didn't mean to click that, sorry. So, yeah, that's looking promising. Dragon Rage bow. Now, what was the last bow that we had this year? Heart Seeker or something Seeker? Head Seeker. No, Headhunter, Heart Hunter. Right, so these are all of the 2022 bow skins. And I'll be honest with you, that wasn't really out there, wasn't super flashy, so I'm not surprised that's down by 32%. Heart Hunter is too gimmicky for Valentine's. Skins that are usually too gimmicky for their holiday, well, they don't really tend to hold up very nicely, do they? We've talked about this many times before. But Dragon Rage bow, and I looked at this when we were looking at the workshop skins, weren't we? And I thought, I would very much like to see that being added. I thought it looked very, very nice. Is this another early pick? It is! We can't stop with these early picks, can we? So, this looks very nice. I thought it looked very, very nice with the detail. We got the dragon. The very nice dragon that we see on the tier 3 armour. He's back, and now he's on the bow. That is a very nice design, and it goes very nicely with all of the Dragon Rage. Little Ranger, you did a very nice job here. I think people will appreciate that a lot. So, you're a regular skin. No, you're not. You're regular price, but you're abnormal. That's weird. I'll have to verify that in a second. Zucchini! You are typical, I believe. Yes, no. 18th. Yeah, you're typical. We showed this off. Micro said we need to look at this, and we looked at it, and we liked it. It's a big old vegetable. How can you say no? You need 5 of them. Good pick, Mr. Micro. Very nice. I thought it looked cool. I thought it looked fine. Can't hurt. We've been getting a lot of vegetable skins lately, haven't we? The yoker and whatnot. So, judging by what I've seen, early pick, late pick. So this is an old late skin. This is typical. Wait, let me just verify that once more. Are you typical? Yes, you are. That's a typical pick. And this is also a typical pick. Yes. So quite a variety, but quite a lot of early picks. Half of them are early. No, 5 of them are early. Okay. So this was strange with Duck getting 2 weapon skins. And it's strange to see 5 early picks. But I like that a lot. I can't blame them. So, in terms of investment, how far are these going to go? What's likely going to be the most in-demand skins? Well, first of all, it's going to be graffiti storage, isn't it? That is very interesting. It's so much more... Sorry, I was trying to talk without needing to cough, but then I had to cough. So what I see here is a very interesting, very cool looking design. It's so much more flavourful compared to Scrap. Scrap was just there, but this, it's kaboom right there. Perfect. Lottie, that's your best one. In my personal opinion, that's your best design one so far. Now, there's 5 Phoenix. Sheet metal door skins. How many do we have? Yeah, quite a lot. We're kind of oversaturated with options. So the best thing to do is just take a real quick look and see all of the newest skins that we've had for sheet metal and how are they doing at the moment. Yeah. So, yeah. Unfortunately, this is a regular occurring thing. When you have so much skins for a particular item, in this case the sheet metal door, we are oversaturated with options. Even the very cool looking toxic drag metal door has suffered. But what we should also take into consideration is we have just gone for a market dip. We're still kind of in that market dip. When everything starts to flourish and loads of money's been thrown around and whatnot, hopefully when Outwork 2022 discount finally ends, when, maybe we'll see a whole bunch more money being thrown into Rust economy again. Maybe next week, in 2 weeks' time when Twitch Rivals happens and loads of people are watching Rust again and potentially wanting to play Rust again, it's also the summer holidays, so kids are out of school and whatnot. Maybe we'll see loads of people wanting to start playing Rust and then buy all the skins again. As of now with this, I would sit here and say no, I personally won't buy that as an investment. I will order it, but at the end of the day, personal taste, opinion, it's all different among us, isn't it? I just said among us, oh dear. So yeah, I'm just unsure. Now this is different. This is where I'm not sure. JPEG set kicked off very, very nicely, didn't it? Thompson skin, very cool. Thompson skins are very reliable. That was probably the best thing to do to start off the set. SAR did not sell as much as Thompson. SAR is kind of looking a bit iffy because its build-up build-up support isn't looking that strong. This is probably going to sit around the $3 mark. This very likely could still... It could easily sit at around $4 forever, maybe more. But the AK skin is something where I'm a bit worried. Now, the design of it looks very cool. Again, this whole set is getting a lot of eyes on it. I wouldn't be surprised if this sells for more than 20,000. What I am worried about, though, from what we've seen in the past year, is AK skins. How many of them are there? Much like the sheet metal door, way too many. We are oversaturated with options with the AK skins. Every other week we usually see another AK skin. So, new thing. Oh, throw away my old one. Get the new one. 2 weeks later. Oh, new AK. Throw away that one. Get the new one. Oh, new AK. There's always another new AK. And people aren't loyal to their AK skins. So if we search by newest, here we are. Yeah. Now Skullkiller has been getting quite a lot of love recently because, well, we've had Skullkiller armor. We potentially will be getting clothing soon, right? Horror meow. So yeah, lots of people have been jumping back into Skullkiller. So that's now in a positive. That's good to see. But yeah, all of these, oh god, oh dear. So even the likes of Dragon Rage AK, that still went down in price. Will this hold? I expect it to get around 20,000 sales, much like the Thompson, but will it be an okay investment? We need to wait until Wednesday on this one specifically, because, as I said, new AK doesn't usually hold up. GBG, that's not your fault. Let me just point that out to you. It's not your fault. I know a lot of people will buy it, so don't worry. But as an investment, it's... Why not start making some JPEG armor or clothing? Oh, we are in need for more clothing and armor pieces. At the moment, we only really have Skullkiller, Black Gold, and Target. That's all we really have at the moment. So if you're a creator that's watching this, we need more armor and clothing. We need more things to anticipate. That's what we need at the moment. Dragon Rage Bow. Well, this is what I needed to do real quickly. Which of these is abnormal? So which of these can we work with to have time to our advantage? That is not abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This is not abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This is abnormal. This is not abnormal. Right, so we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 abnormal skins. Now here's the weird thing. Chompy Sap and the bow, they match their default pricing scheme for the weapons, the red tier skins. But they're still abnormal. So this is why you always have to check just in case. So yeah, Chompy is abnormal. The bow is abnormal. Of course the storage is abnormal. All the other ones have. This is abnormal. The AK and Meat Double Barrel Shotgun is abnormal. So that's what we're aware of. And then all the other 3 skins, they will only become marketable when the rust store rotates. So this and this and this, they will only become marketable when we have the next rust store rotation a week later. We'll be here waiting for it. Hey, how you doing, people? You all having fun? So yeah, of course, as I said earlier, I am here streaming every single rust store rotation every week on Thursdays. Feel free to drop by, ask questions, just be involved. So back to it, back to looking at those skins. And I am currently looking at the bow. I'm currently looking at the JPEG AR. I'm currently looking at this. I'm currently looking at that. I'm currently looking at that. These abnormal skins, right? We can take our time. These become marketable earlier before the rust store rotation even happens. We can do a buy order on these before the rust store rotation even happens. Let's use that to our advantage. Let's wait until Wednesday. See how many have sold. Then do our buy order. Then wait about, I don't know, 20 hours. I mean, the rust store rotation happened about 30 minutes ago, didn't it? Let me give you the exact time. It came out 9:30. Yes, it came out 9:30. So it came out at 9:30, my time. I've been talking for about 30 minutes, haven't I? Oh dear, I need to stop. I need to trim down my words, but I like talking, and I like talking about rust skins, and that's why people watch me. Anyway, so with what we see here, if this is going to be marketable earlier, we can wait and then do a buy order, see how it looks, and then consider doing a purchase. And that's exactly what I was considering today with the graffiti scrap storage. The buy orders, as you can see, built up all the way up to $2.14. $2.14. We had 57 of them appear within about, 19, 20 hours? Because these appeared at 1 o'clock in the morning my time. So about 21 hours ago, this was suddenly marketable, and then we could do the buy order. I'm streaming that as well, if you want to see that as well. So I looked at this today, and I considered, with the current trend of graffiti storages, with the recent ones, they haven't been doing as well. But this sold quite a significantly less amount. SCMM has been quite slow to update itself as of recent. I believe we've had about 19 to 20,000 sales for the scrap storage. But I'm led to believe it didn't sell as good based on what's happened recently and the lack of demand. I've got a whole video talking about scrap storage. I decided to play it safe and step away. But what I do know, I've got a very strong buy order here. I'm probably $2.11, I think. So I've got a strong buy order. I'm happy to try and get them that way. So that's fine. And that is something that you can do too with this, and this. We can do strong buy orders, and then we can see how the buy orders look. And then we can consider, on the Thursday, much like what I did about 2 hours ago, I was considering buying 20 of these, maybe 30. But then I thought, you know what, I don't really want to risk it. I'm just going to sit out for this one, for this week. That is what we can do for the rest of these. So this is very likely going to be selling for the average amount, maybe more, 23,000. This is, I expected to sell for 20,000 this one. I wouldn't be surprised if this sells between 15 to 20,000. I don't think we're going to be doing ridiculous numbers like all the other Dragon Rage have. The weapons were fairly tame in comparison to the clothing and armour. Maybe it'll be similar to... Maybe it'll be in between the Dragon Rage LR and the Dragon Rage AK. So maybe, 16,000 sales? Maybe. Bows do get used a lot. They're very easy to quickly make in game. So there is quite a high demand to quickly grab a bow and just... if you die with a bow, it's not the end of the world, is it? So bows do get used a lot. We'll wait on it. I think it'll do well. It's just recent bows haven't been doing well. But it's not that pricey, and it's very standout. I wouldn't be... Actually, I think this will do well. It probably couldn't hurt to buy some. Just know, It's Dragon Rage, and it might be oversaturated. Loads of people like to buy too many Dragon Rage skins. It's happened many times before. There's a reason why quite a lot of Dragon Rage is in the negative. Like the kilt. Far too many kilts compared to all of the armour and clothing. So, yeah. With this, double barrel shotguns, how well have they fared quite recently? Yeah. Sorry, I was looking to the left. I should keep an eye on what people are saying in my chat. So, double barrel shotguns don't seem to be super in demand at the moment. So, I don't think that's. I'm probably going to avoid that. Again, you can do all the, you can do all of this yourself as well. This is SCMM, if you aren't aware, Steam Community Market Manager for Rust, and as you can see here, it's very helpful. I can quickly make a comparison to the previous skins that have recently come out for boxes and whatnot. I mean, they're all graffiti storage, so I don't need to look at that. But then again, I can also look and see what's part of its set. Always very helpful. I'm surprised no other people on YouTube use this to help with their calculations and hypotheses. Or what price might this end up at? So I think this is perfectly fine to buy. I'd wait out on this. This one's risky, but not as risky as this. So I feel more confident with this based on the pricing as well. It's only $2. That's $3. Chompy, I'm not sure. We've had some silly looking skins like this before. Do you remember Python? Ah, no, it's a Python skin. I need to find a Python skin. When was the last Python skin that we had? Was it military? It was. So here you go. I can navigate my way around like this. So I can go to the week that the military Python came out. Oh, it's the 7th. Yeah, okay, whatever. And then I can go down here and I can look at cheaper revolvers. And, oh, look, I'm right there. Python, I thought was a very silly, fun design. But even then, it's down by 45%. Guys, it's literally a Python. And it's a Python. Wow! I like that. But it didn't do well. So, Chompy, I'm afraid, probably won't get as much love. But do semi-automatic pistols get used more than Python skins at the moment? That's the thing that you've got to consider. Gun demand. If the gun specifically is being used a lot in game, then loads of people are going to be wanting to use those skins for that gun. Therefore, high gun demand, high skin demand for those guns, and then higher skin prices. Make sense? The best one to look at is always the JPEG Thompson. Thompson skins are very reliable because the Thompson has always been in demand. The problem with the AKs is just simply far too many AK skins. So that's the drawback with that. Even though the AK always gets used. And there's always another AK skin. So, okay. Let's just quickly read to the left. Yeah, none of these JPEGs glow. Oh, okay. Oh, I've just noticed what you're pointing out. So some people have been questioning, hey, does the JPEG AK glow? No, it doesn't. SCMM seems to have brain farted or something. The JPEG AK does not glow. That is a mistake, all right? It does not glow. Maybe it'll fix itself afterwards, but don't be tricked by SCMM. It seems to have made a mistake somehow. So, yeah, just to point it out, JPEG AK does not glow. Thank you for pointing it out. Much appreciated, Mr. Micro. So, I feel like this is a perfectly reasonable update. Oh, Zucchini. Zucchini furnace. Okay, so how well have all of these other furnaces done recently? Uh-oh. No. Yeah. No. Yeah. No. Zucchini looks goofy. It looks silly. I think it might do alright based on the fact that it looks really goofy. I mean, Bunny Furnace looks really goofy and it did alright. That sold 20,000. How well will the Zucchini do? I don't know. It's awkward. This is why I always say the best thing to do is wait until Wednesday or Thursday, then make a decision whether or not you should do a purchase. And this is where SCMM helps you out so much. So, think for yourself, look from the past, see how other things have done in the past, and then make your assumption. But I think this is going to do well. I think this is going to do well. I think the gloves are going to be doing very nicely. But everything else, I'm a bit... as much as the design of this looks very nice, but we've had many good-looking door designs before, and then the skin went down in price. It's unfortunate. That is just the way things are. How have you ended up with 2 weapon skins, Duck? I can't figure it out. I reckon they will still sell nicely, but in terms of investment, I think only this can be okay. Double barrel shotgun skins have not done well recently. So, and the zucchini, maybe people will buy it for a joke. Maybe. I think it looks alright. We looked at it in the Saturday skin showcase recently, didn't we? I liked it. I like it, but as an investment, it depends on how many get bought. So, yeah. So, that's my assumption at the moment. It's not very definitive, is it? But you've always got to be cautious. And that's why I always say, wait till Wednesday and Thursday. Look at how many have sold, then make your decision. That's the best way to approach it. And if not, just go do buy orders. So, next week, guys, surely next week, Wipe Day, the Black Gold Tier 3 potentially will be appearing as a late skin. Because strategically, Face Punch probably realises, I've said it many times already, they will make so much more money if they release this on a Wipe Day. So don't worry, still very likely will be coming out. I'm pretty certain it's still coming out. So just keep an eye on that. Keep an eye on that in the future. And in the future, don't forget, I will be streaming here as well. So by all means, come say hello. Ask questions, as I said. I think I've shown it off 3 times already, so I'm going to stop now. So, thank you all for watching. Thank you all for visiting. Keep your heads up. This will be appearing next week, I'm sure. I've even spoken to the creator and I said, I think that's what's happening. He didn't want it to happen, but it's fine. So, yeah. Onward to next week.